guys, it's Miss Jess here, and I've of course got Mr. Alex and Pastor Brad. We're so excited to be able to come and share a little bit of good news for you and some different lessons. So tonight what we're going to talk about is choices. And I think we all know, you've heard me talk about this verse numerous times, even with Pastor Brad and Mr. Alex, but definitely to you guys. And we're going to kind of go into this a little bit deeper tonight. So this verse is found in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, and it's verses 1 through 8. So Mr. Alex is going to read the first 4 verses, and Mr. Brad is going to read the last 4.
For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to harvest, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to cry and a time to laugh, a time to grieve and a time to dance.
And this is, of course, verse 5 through 8. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to turn away, a time to search and a time to quit searching, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be quiet and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace.
So in these verses, guys, it talks about a lot of different choices. And I talk to you guys almost on a weekly basis when we're in here about the choices that you make and how you have the choice to be a good example or a bad example. So what I'm actually going to do is I have brought a guest in with me tonight, and he comes to us all the way from Wilson, North Carolina. Come on in.
Wide awake, Wilson.
Woo! I have brought my little brother, Kyle, and he's going to help me out with my object lesson for tonight. So if you'll lift that up, guys. So here we have some different wiffle balls, and they have different things written on them, okay? So what's this one say, Kyle?
Family time.
Okay, what about this one?
Friends.
Okay, what about that?
I don't want to read that.
It's school. Of course he doesn't want to read that.
You probably won't want to read this one
Probably
either.
not. What's that one? Oh, even worse. Homework. So these are all important things in our lives that we all face and we all take a look at. And so, Kyle, what we're going to do is I'm going to have you place these in this picture here, okay? And they're all going to fit, right?
Yeah.
But wait just a second. There's a hitch. So every single day, there are all sorts of unforeseen things that come into our life. Like, oh, with me, oh my goodness, I have meetings. So those are going to start coming in. Oh, but wait. Oh no, the dog ran away. I've got to go catch it. Oh, there's, somebody's throwing a tantrum.
Oh my goodness, my son is not napping. Now I got to go in there and nap with him.
No. So all those things are coming in, and they just pile in there, guys. They're just unforeseen things. The pile. I want you to go ahead and I want you to put those in there, but you cannot go above this.
Okay.
Okay? All right? Nope. Got to stack it on top. Just remember, those are the unforeseen things. Can't smush it in. Can you do it?
Oh.
No, it's over.
No, you can't force life like that.
Oh, no, that's not the way it happens. Oh, but wait, guys, we forgot something.
Oh, no.
We forgot something. Bible and time with God. That's super.
It's so small.
It's so small, but you know what? Sometimes the small things carry the most impact. So, try and fit that one in there. Oh, yeah, no, it's not going to work, is it, buddy? You can't get everything in there like this. But, wait a second. Maybe, if I give you a blank picture, can you try and fit all these in there now? All those things are super important, right? And then if we take care of the things that are important first and then deal with all the small stuff, guess what?
Wow.
It all fits. It's all in there, guys.
It's a
You
time for
need
everything.
to make sure that you take care of your big priorities like your school and your homework and your family time and your friends' time, but you also need to make sure, above all else, that you put God in there, because if you don't, then all of it's pointless, and you get so trapped up in the little stuff that sometimes this little stuff becomes big stuff. And that's what God does. He comes in and he makes it to where we can handle the big stuff and the little stuff. And that's all we want you guys to be able to focus on. Is, you know what? With God, everything's possible. Right, Kyle?
Right.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and go to the Lord in prayer. Father, we thank you so much for this time together, just to come together and learn more about you, Lord, and who you are. Father, you are awesome, and you are holy, and you love us with an everlasting love. Thank you so much for helping us figure out, God, how to fit everything into our days and how to be peaceful when these crazy and unknown things come at us, Lord. We just pray over each and every single one of the kids that are watching this video and their families, Lord. Keep them safe, keep them healthy, give them peace of mind in this very troubled time, Lord. And Father, we thank you for the time that we're going to be able to come together again and worship you all together as one, Lord. We look forward to that day. We long for that day because, Father, when we're all joined together and praising you, it brings us just a little bit closer to heaven. Thank you for all these things. Amen.
Amen.